Happy Thursday. Hopefully, everyone's having an awesome day. If you're not having an awesome day, try to think of something positive, something that made you laugh inside that day, or something that just puts a smile on your face, because we need more positivity. But of course, I'm not going to be talking about anything positive. I'm going to be talking about an Austin story, of course. Now, when I read this headline, I didn't know this was against the law, to be honest. I'm not saying ignorance is no excuse of breaking the law, but didn't think we had a Samaritan law. According to this, the police man failed to call 911 during a suspected fentanyl overdose at East Austin Grill. Didn't know that they were doing drugs at a grill. I mean, an Austin man is facing felony tampering with evidence charges after he allegedly failed to call 911 while two people inside the Victoria Grill in East Austin overdosed, according to court documents. One of those men died per the documents. Documents show that the man who died, Eddie Flores, talked to his wife Crystal a little before 6 a.m. on March 19th. Crystal told the police that she could tell Eddie was very intoxicated, so she drove to the Victory. I can't read today. Victory Grill to pick up her husband, document said. Less than 30 minutes later, Crystal told police that she arrived at the grill and found her husband and another man locked in an office and overdosing. Officer wrote Crystal reportedly called 911 at that point. Meanwhile, she told the police that the two staff at Victory Grill began hiding drugs and other paraphernalia. I can't say that word. One of those people was Roland Ortiz Jr., according to the documents. Victory Grill told KXN Thursday that Ortiz is no longer employed with them. Well, that's good. He fired them for drug use. Police would find later paraphernalia the men were hiding and the drugs believed to be involved, which the police said were consistent with cocaine. Officers also noted that given the victim's sudden decline in state, the cocaine was likely laced with fentanyl. This is why we should have legal drug dens, that drugs are administered with licensed doctors or nurses, so we can know that we're giving them the purest, the cleanest stuff. I mean, they can pay like $20 or $30, $50, and guaranteed to be safe. And it's not cut with fentanyl or anything else. That's just something that just a thought that passed through my mind. While APD told KXN no additional information can be released about this case, ADP official wrote that in the documents that Ortiz was charged with tampering with the evidence because he removed evidence from the scene of a homicide investigation, though Ortiz is not charged with the homicide at this time. Man failed to call 911 during suspect. Actually, this is why we don't trust the news anymore. According to the ADP report, Ortiz admitted to observing the two men either in distress or deceased, and instead of calling for administrative help or calling for or administering help, he allegedly closed and locked the door to the office they were in. He reportedly told the police he lied because he doesn't like the police and has a previous criminal record or history. You don't say. Ortiz is still in custody according to the Travis County inmate list and is on a $30K bond. He is also being held on a parole violation in the search violation. That search shows Ortiz's court-appointed attorney did not respond to a KXN request for comment. Ortiz did not appear to have any previous drug charges, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety and Criminal History Search. He did plead guilty to aggravated sexual assault of a child charges in a 2004 case where he was released on parole. Why is this mofo not in prison? Seriously, why is this mofo not in prison? He's a child predator. He is a child predator, and you should not have been there. In 2004, it's now 20. I mean, maybe a couple of 10 years. I don't know. Here goes the law I didn't know about it. Texas Good Samaritan Law in 2021. Texas lawmakers. Oh, that's why I don't know about this. Texas lawmaker passed and Governor Abbott signed a Good Samaritan law, which has been in effect since September. HB 1694 protects some people from getting into trouble for small amounts of illegal drugs and paraphernalia should they seek help for someone who is having a drug overdose. That is very interesting. Is to make sure people get help and make them slightly immune for small amounts of drugs so they don't go to prison, so they don't have to worry about consequences. But as many as addiction recovery advocates testify, some of the keywords, or some testify some is the key word, and people protected are not in the right sum. And the people protected are not the right sum. Governor Greg Abbott vetoed an effort by Texas lawmakers to pass a Good Samaritan law in 2015. As a result, Rep. John Ronde testified last year that he met with the governor, staff, and crafted a legislation in 2021 that would satisfy the governor's fear that the law would be used by repeat offenders. The concern that some law enforcement officials also shared as lawmakers discussed the possibility of this protection. How far are we willing to go to waive the burden of criminal responsibility in exchange for getting someone to make the phone call that's going to save a life? Hardin County Sheriff Mark Davis told KXN in 2018. As those discussions were being had, I think we truly need to make a clear distinction between a person who is an addict and possessing that because they're an addict addicted to opiate and substance versus someone who is a dealer and a trafficker. I mean, it's a legitimate question and a legitimate concern. I personally think all these drugs should be legal with asterisks. I don't think we should penalize addicts because that's the illness, is that they're addicted to drugs, and we shouldn't penalize an illness. But at the same time, we should also go after drug dealers because they're killing our kids. They're killing our citizens, our brothers and sisters, our neighbors to the left, right, to front and back, and across the street. I think one way to solve this is to have drug dens that are legal, 100% legit, and people go there to make sure it's clean. Everything is administered cleanly as possible, and there's there's personnel on staff to make sure when things go sideways that they're able to treat them. Let's see here, how much kind of goes on and on and on. But I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting debate. I'm curious can't speak today for some reason. I'm curious to know what your position on it. Should drug dens be legal? Should drugs be legal or should everything be illegal? Leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button in any and all platforms or just the platform that you're currently on. But most importantly, try to find happiness today. Try to find happiness even if it's a stupid dad joke. Even if it's a stupid dad joke that gives you a chuckle, focus on that chuckle. You start doing this every day, I can almost guarantee you're just going to feel better. You're going to be more happier. And I'm also talking from personal experience because I did this back when I was in my 20s. And this is something I need to redo again. It's just to find something that made me smile. One of those things that made me smile today at work because I was going onto a service elevator and someone had a cart that had some loose screws. I just pretty much said, looks like you got a few loose screws. There's about a couple people in there. They all got a good chuckle. And that's what I'm talking about. Try to find happiness wherever you can.